Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is 5 words I didn't know until I moved to America. I think we've done some of these before.
I don't know. I feel like we have.
Not this video, but we've done similar
videos, definitely. This is an old school Losty as well.
I can tell by the braces.
I
feel like we've done a few videos where he's been in braces.
I don't know.
Oh, wait,
he definitely.
and this is an apron.
He looks a lot younger. Could be an
This is
apron. I don't know.
Might be.
Smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. We'd seriously appreciate it. We've definitely done similar kind of videos, which he's done in the future, Lawrence. I know he's done series around words and stuff like that, but this is an old school one which we haven't seen. So it's going to be 5 new words. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let us know in the comments below if there's 5 words which you think's really American, which we might not know. And if we see it, we'll tell you whether we know it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. What we got?
So as you can see, there's more to American English than meets the eye. Hello, I'm Lawrence and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to words. In this case, unfamiliar words. Words I didn't know existed until I hopped on a plane and casually spent a few years in the Midwest. Words that, as far as I knew, were not to be found in Britain. And on that last point, of course, there are thousands of those. You've only got to look at my list of American English words not used in the UK to see that. I've linked to that in my description below. But before you scroll in that direction to tell me that this video didn't include words like, I don't know, aluminum or French fries or porta potty, keep in mind that there are actually scores of American English words that I did know before coming here. Actually, porta potty wasn't one of those, as I learned that after the fact.
Wait,
that was potty.
Portalotty is but Portaloot's got to be on it. Yeah.
I'm guessing so.
But the thing is, I don't think they're words that we didn't know. They're just different phrases of it.
Yeah.
Different saying of it.
Yeah, because aluminum, we know that.
Yeah, we
don't say it like that.
Yeah, we say aluminium.
But we know what it is.
Yeah, but then I guess Lawrence knew what it is, which is why they're not on the list, I guess.
Trained is what I'm saying. No. The point is, this video and the hordes of follow-up videos that will inevitably follow concerns American English variants that either didn't enter the British consciousness or simply evaded my own. And so without further Peru, let's take a look at 5 words I didn't know existed before moving to America. After moving to America, the word acclimate was one to which, appropriately, I had to adapt. After all, the predominant equivalent in British English is acclimatise.
I was just about to say acclimatise, yeah, because you acclimatised to the weather. Acclimate, did you say?
Yeah, but I thought I said climate.
I don't know, but what you were saying linked to me. I was just about to say acclimatise, yeah.
But I didn't know what the word was.
It's like we have I know a few South Africans who've moved from, obviously, South Africa to Jersey. And like, if they were saying in South Africa, they'd be wearing jumpers in like 22-degree heat, which is mental, by the way. That's hot for us. But now 22-degree heat in Jersey is hot for them because they've climatised to Jersey. Yeah. Like, they're like, oh, I used to wear jumper in this, now I wear shorts. It's like you just climatise to things, don't you?
Yeah.
With the modern meaning of both being to become accustomed to a physical or mental change. As a brand new resident of the United States, I certainly had to do that. But as a Brit back then who knew no better, I secretly pondered the circumstances in which America took this perfectly good English word and shortened it. I understood Noah Webster's respelling of words like humour, colour and honour, because those spellings were all part of a clearly defined rule that made total sense. This seeming change to acclimate didn't seem to fit one. It's not like socialise became socialate or estimate evolved from estimise, but then I did something a little reckless. Research. You see, it turns out that acclimate entered the language before acclimatise, with both words initially meaning to modify a living thing to suit a foreign climate. Indeed, both words were in equal use in Britain in the early to mid-19th century before acclimatise slapped its counterpart into oblivion, taking on its modern usage and 14 hours of community service. The 2 words, meanwhile, were almost neck and neck in American media until as recently as the 1950s, when acclimate punched its wary foe in the arse. That said, the word acclimatise does still function in America.
Like the fact, this is kind of like when you got like the crisps, we have Walkers, you have Lays. Like, just certain words do better in certain places.
Yeah,
like,
that's weird.
When Walkers, I think it's Walkers who own Lays. I don't think it's the opposite way around, but whichever way around it is, why did they think a different name in the country would do better?
Well, it's like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah.
Is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in America.
Why?
Because they thought that title would bang
it would do better in America, which is like...
Which I don't understand, like...
Fair enough, do it if it works, but why is that?
But none of the other movies have changed names.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's just very weird, and that's the same with that. 2 words, one's got popular in the UK, one's got popular in the US. Very British thing to do, though, is for that word to be around first, us to use it,
And then change our
and then in
mind.
the future be like, oh, we don't use that, that's so American.
Like soccer.
That's such a British thing to do.
American English, specifically when referring to one's adjustment to the climate. You just don't normally hear it. And speaking of normal... If there's one thing that proves America isn't exactly normal,
Normality,
it's that one of its cities is called normal. But when it comes to the English language, there's another way that America deviates from the norm. Its use of the word normalcy as an alternative to normality. This, as I've pointed out before, was largely down to one man, 29th President of the United States, Warren G. Harding. Harding, a man known for his cavalier relationship with the English language, used the word normalcy as part of his presidential campaign slogan, a return to normalcy, in 1920.
Okay.
Only there was one problem. At this time, the word normalcy meant exclusively the mathematical condition of being at right angles. Clearly, then, Harding's measurements were all askew, but it didn't stop his intended meaning of the word from taking off. Indeed, if usage trends hold, normalcy is on course to overtake normality in print in my lifetime, which is truly what counts for exciting these days. And that's because, for word nerds like me, this whole Bally affair might be best described by our next entry.
Yeah, see, that was a good one, because I never heard of normalcy before.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using it.
I'm
going to try and start using it.
Normalcy.
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 No, normalcy?
Normalcy.
Normalcy, I think it's normalcy. Normalcy, yeah.
Don't start using it because you don't know.
I can't even say it, I'll just say a different word every time.
Addicting.
For the first 26 years of my life...
Would you say addicted, addiction, but I'd say that could, like, that game is addicting or something like that.
So I'm interested to see what we don't use.
Yeah, what don't we use?
Like the word used to describe a physiological dependence on something, like sugar or painkillers or my videos, was the word addictive. In fact, it still is, but for some Americans, and I do stress the word some, that particular adjective isn't an adjective at all, but a verb, or at least... it was. You see, the word addicting appears in countless books from the turn of the 19th century, usually in the sense of giving one's assent to something. Okay. And admittedly, it wasn't just exclusive to American English text. Indeed, here it is showing up in a London print of Samuel Johnson's The Plan of an English Dictionary, again in the previously abundant verb form. And then that abundancy dissipated, which makes me sound like a weather presenter. And the word, now as an adjective, did not see such widespread use in print until after World War II.
We do use
Curiously,
addictive.
it's
100%.
We do use addictive, but I feel
like we use
would...
addicting as well.
Yeah, because I feel like we'd say, oh, that's addictive, but then we'd be like...
Alcohol,
addicting.
Alcohol can be so addictive.
But then like, oh, that cheese is so addicting.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say that cheese is addictive. I would be like, oh, that cheese is addicting, but alcohol can be addictive.
I wouldn't say
not addicting, because that sounds weird.
I don't know. I feel
it's
like
a context in what you say the sentence, isn't it?
But I say we both. I would say we use both equally.
I use both
In
equally
terms
depending
of-
on my sentence, because them two sentences there, I'd never say that cheese is addictive.
No.
I'd say that cheese is
But
addictive.
addictive refers to something like drugs or alcohol, something like that. For me.
No, not even that. I would say cheese is addictive. Cheese can be addictive, but then I'd say, if I was saying,
Oh, so if you're talking about it in the moment, like in the
moment,
present
I'd be like,
tense, I'd use
addicting.
addicting.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about it as in referring to
in
it,
general,
addictive, yeah.
addictive probably. Let us know what you guys use in the comments below, because I definitely use both all the time.
I feel like I use both.
Not that I say addicting or
I wouldn't be able
addictive
to tell you
that
which one I
often.
use more.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. And they both sound wrong in different contexts, but then sound right in different contexts.
Yeah.
So again, let us know in the comments what you guys say.
Re-emergence occurred at almost exactly the same time that the word addictive was entering English. And that's because the two words, particularly in American English, were thereafter used interchangeably.
Okay.
Of course, graphs such as these only tell part of the story. The word addicting in literary circles is probably considered informal usage, so it's less likely to appear in print than addictive. The jury then is still out on spoken instances of the word addicting, but I will tell you from personal experience that I only encountered it myself after moving to America's Midwest.
Okay.
And the same is true with our next entry.
Leaf
As I
peeping?
mentioned in my
Leaf
previous
blowing?
video, there
You reckon? Never heard leaf peeping before.
Leaf blowing's my only educated
That's a good
guess.
shout, yeah, I think it's a good shout.
exists a term exclusive to American English that describes the act of viewing and potentially photographing fall foliage, and that word is 2 words, actually. Leaf peeping.
Oh, wow.
As far as I can tell, the phrase is mostly common in New England, but does put in the occasional appearance here in the Midwest. So let me know in the comments below if this term is on your radar and where you live. But just don't give me your full address again. I'm a sucker, 1977. Just the city. Now, the very practice of leaf peeping, or what it entails, might be more widespread than the phrase itself. Moreover, depending on where in the United States one might live, one might go leaf peeping at a slightly different time of the year. For those of us in the north, for example, peak fall foliage times are mostly in the middle of October, unless you live in the Rockies, the Upper Great Lakes, or New England, where the best peeping times fall under late September to early October. Meanwhile, on the West Coast and in the South, you're looking at late October, November, or not at all if your region specialises in palm trees. And speaking...
It's mad, isn't it? Like, you just got that much heat, you got palm trees, so you just don't have an autumn.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, leaf peeping you don't have.
Yeah.
We don't have a word for that, do we? We'd just be like, oh, I'm going to go out and take some pictures of the beautiful autumn trees out there.
Yeah, I don't think we have
I don't think I have any words.
specific.
No. I might use leaf peeping now. Throw people off. Like, what are you on about?
King of specialising, that brings us on to our final entry. My wife
Speciality,
is
you say?
vintage fashion and cooking. My cat
Specialty,
is looking
speciality.
adorable.
Oh, is that specialty? Yeah, speciality. Yeah. I feel like I've heard specialty off TV a lot. I've heard of
Yeah.
specialty before, but I don't think I use it.
No, we use speciality, but I don't think we even say that, to be fair.
I don't even know what I say. Maybe I say specialty. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm so confused.
Like, that's your specialty.
Yeah, I'd say specialty.
Yeah, but it's actually... That's your speciality.
Is it? Okay.
Well, no, it's not. It is just that's what more British people say.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But I think
Horrible in
we've
his-
heard it more like from friends and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's just specialty.
maybe.
I feel like I've heard specialty more than speciality too.
I feel like I have, yeah.
Personal Instagram page. Mine is accidentally spilling coffee on myself. We all have a particular set of skills that I once referred to as a speciality. But after moving to the United States, I soon learned that the American tendency was to drop the second I to form the word specialty.
It's more
and
efficient.
as with the
Why
first
not?
3 words on this list, I assumed the change was the work of Noah Webster, the lexicographer, whose spelling reforms gave us many of the American English spellings still in use today. But the word specialty, or at least its origins, predate Noah Webster's first American English dictionary by about 500 bloody years.
Oh, wow.
You see, it comes from the old French word especialité, initially meaning a partiality towards something.
Okay.
Moreover, the word's origins also predate speciality, which entered English via Old French and Latin in the 15th century. In recent times, of course, the latter has barely seen the light of day in American English, where increasingly lexical prevalence has been the speciality of specialty.
Okay.
Funnily enough, though, despite the fact that I only first encountered the word after moving to America, it nonetheless has a growing presence in British English, where
Which
it
is
is
probably
often
why-
used in legal or
Yeah, that's probably why we know
We've
it more.
heard of it,
Because
yeah.
it is growing. It's more efficient. Why not? Why not?
medical contexts. So as you can see, there's more to American English than meets the eye. Increasingly, you come to discover that alternate usages are not necessarily the work of American arrogance or a desire to one-up the British, but rather the product of a much older linguistic evolution, and also the fact that memos occasionally get lost in the pond. That's it for this episode. Stay tuned for more videos in this series, and don't forget...
That's good.
That was good. Words that we haven't had before in videos.
Definitely an old school launch, but a good video. Smash that button if you enjoyed, guys. Smash that subscribe button. I'm heading back to work. And what should we do?
Have a fantastic day.
And we will see you, legends, in the next one. I'm going to go leaf peeking, actually. I'm not going to go to work. I'm going to go leaf peeping. I said peeping.
Oh,
Did I say peeking? Oh, I might have said peeking.
Peeking kind of sounds like something we'd use.
Yeah, peeking. I
Are
don't
you
know.
peeking or would you peeping?
Yeah, when you peeking, when you peeping. I don't know. I'm going to go leaf peeping.
Enjoy.
Peace.